I thought we started the game off with a lot of aggressiveness, with a lot of energy. We were able to be somewhat disruptive and got some easy baskets, got us off to a good start. We had a little lull, they came back, but I thought we continued to respond that allowed us to increase the lead at halftime. But obviously, when we come out the second half, most teams, Division I teams, they're not going to just lay down and give you the victory. But after that 8-0 run, I believe that they went on, we called timeout, and got us back mentally together and moved the ball, made the extra pass, got a lot of deflections and steals, and created some points off their turnovers. We shot the ball a lot better from the free throw line tonight, which I think that has been missing with our play as of late. I've always thought we'd be a good free throw shooting team, and I always thought we'd be a good three-point shooting team. We'll make 9 threes tonight, 9 threes, and that just shows that a lot of this is mental. With so many new players we have in our program, I think as they settle down and become a little more comfortable with our offense and defensive system, and as coaches, we got to get a little more comfortable with the rotation of our guys. I'm still trying to get the right rotation with that many guys that we're working. And I thought that Justin Thomas came in and gave us great defensive presence. He really did an unbelievable job just containing the dribble with his left. And he was probably our best defensive player tonight. Obviously, Malik Ewan settled down a little bit and showing you a little bit more of what he's capable of doing. The challenge for us is how do we continue to keep winning games while we still growing and developing. You have no idea what it's like when you making this transition with 10 new players, trying to learn what you're supposed to do as well as learn how to play to the strengths of your teammates. We're still in that transition. I just hope we can continue to keep winning our share of the games while we're still growing and developing. Any questions?
It seems like guys that like playing with each other, it seems like there's good chemistry. I mean, you never know from year to year, right?
That's the world we live in now. That's the new world that we are trying to figure out. It's interesting that every time you talk to a coach, it seems like everybody has the same complaints. Just new guys adjusting, trying to get them to focus with all the distractions in their ears and the things they have to listen to. It's a new ball game, and we all got to figure out what's the best way, what's the best approach in the new climate that exists now in college athletics. It's a lot of dynamics that's we all have to adjust to, and the players probably get the brunt of all the distractions.
How refreshing is it to have a group that really wants to play defense? When they had that run, you guys had to run because of defense. I mean, 4 and 5 points you scored were defense.
Well, no doubt about that. But that's refreshing, and I hear the encouraging words that they're giving to each other, which is refreshing. They're challenging each other. Sometimes that's a little dicey when you got guys trying as hard as they can. They make a mistake, and you have a teammate barking at you. But that's part of how you develop a good flow with holding each other accountable. And that's a process you go through, especially when you have so many new guys trying to figure out the system and how they utilize their talents and their skills to make us a better team.
Coach, as you talk about the development of this team, how do you feel about where they are now and where they could potentially get?
We are long ways away with the consistency that we need for us to be successful. You see, for years, and I've said this probably the first time you heard me say it, but as coaches, we were operating with juniors and seniors that were freshmen and sophomores. And so they already had a basic idea. So the new players that would come in, they had good leadership on the sideline, in the end zone, in the locker room, trying to help accelerate their process and their progress. We don't have that anymore. We have one junior on our team that's been with us 3 years. Everybody else first and second year players. And so it's a challenge in the learning process that we're going through. It's different. And I've been talking all year about now understand how we got to change our teaching methods and our development methods. You know, we might not be able to accelerate the process like we have. We have to be a little more patient and take things a little slower so that we don't run an out of bounds play and one guy going to the left that should be going to the right. But that's kind of where we are right now.
I don't know what Justin's situation was last year at UTSA. I know
He was injured.
Was he injured?
Yes.
How impressed? I mean, for a guy who did not play last year, he seems like he has come back and not really missed the step at all, jumping up to this level of competition.
Well, his defense is excellent. I mean, he can really defend. He doesn't take a lot of. And this was a team that we really, really had to lock in on because that was part of their skill set. Between the legs, how the shoulder fakes, the head. The Northeastern basketball, they represent that real well. And so you have to be lock in and not take the fakes. You got to be active in the gaps to make sure they don't see the lanes for them to go through. So it's not easy playing against a team that's as skilled as they are. We did a pretty good job. You didn't get a chance to see as skilled their really strength because I thought our players did a real good job. If you notice there, in the first half we were switching 1 through 5. We knew that they would try to take advantage of that. We didn't really get hurt that much, but the second half we went to another defensive scheme. We still were switching, but not on the first ball screen, which gave us a little more ability to contain the dribbles and not give up those drives that they got early in the beginning of the second half.
What does it mean to the guys to wear the Seminole heritage?
Well, we've talked to them about that. It's just such, it has such a great meaning that you representing something that's this traditional, that represents that unconquered spirit that the Seminoles live their life by. And I feel honored because I can use my imagination and think about what they went through and how they fought, for the land that they rightfully owned, and the adjustment they had to make with people coming from all different parts of the world and creating change for them. It was, but they maintained their dignity and their strength, and you realize that that's what we represent. That strength, never giving up, unconquered, but making the adjustment that you had to make and moving on. You can't say anything, but you gotta just honor them for for allowing us to utilize their strength and their heritage.